stay calm, no matter what happens. Zen stories to carry you through. Think back to a moment this week when you were hard on yourself. Maybe you rushed. Maybe you forgot something. Maybe you snapped at someone. It's okay. Breathe into it now. Offer the version of you in that moment some grace. Imagine saying to them, "You were doing the best you could with what you knew then." And now, breathe out. Let that breath carry the burden you've been holding. How was your day? Do you have any worries or concerns? I hope you are strong and safe no matter what happens. We are in this together. Don't hesitate to share them in the comments so I can listen and understand you better. Did you know that writing down your worries is a simple and easy way to let them go? In tonight's journey, before we begin, a gentle note: this isn't just a video, it's a space. A quiet space where you are allowed to pause, to breathe, to let go. There will be moments of silence woven into this journey. No voice, no words, only soft music and your breath. These are not empty spaces. They are part of the meditation. Moments for your mind to rest, for your heart to soften. Let them hold you, not rush you. And as we near the end, you'll notice the sound gently fading, easing you into deep sleep. Without effort, if you are still here, fully present until the last breath of this journey, you'll receive a small gift, a simple bedtime practice. Not just to help you sleep, but to slowly, gently, transform how you live. Let us begin now, together. In gentle. 1. Calm is not passive, it is mastery. Tonight, as you lie down and let the day loosen its grip, I want to reframe what calm really means. Because many of us in modern America have been taught that calm is surrender. That staying still means giving up. That if you do not react immediately, you will be left behind. But in Zen, calm is an active art, a trained nervous system, a mind that has learned to see the storm without becoming the storm. A body that remembers how to soften even while headlines shout and deadlines breathe down your neck. Neuroscience agrees. When you lengthen your exhale and slow your breath to a gentle 4 in and 6 out, you press the parasympathetic brake. The vagus nerve steps forward. Cortisol eases. The amygdala quiets. And your default mode network, the part that loves to ruminate at 2 a.m., begins to dim. This is not passivity. This is the skillful regulation of your inner biology so deep sleep can finally arrive. Psychology calls it response inhibition and emotional regulation. Zen calls it not being pushed around by every gust of thought. Your HRV rises. Your muscles release their subtle armor. Your heart learns a slower rhythm. And the mind, which spent all day in urgency mode, is finally allowed to sit down. Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh reminded us that peace is already here when we return to our breathing and our body. In other words, calm is not something you chase. It is something you practice recognizing, like a radio signal that is always broadcasting underneath the noise. And every night, with Zen deep sleep relaxation, with soft ambient Zen deep sleep music, you can tune your system back to that steady frequency. Think of the last time you reacted too fast, sent the email you regretted, scrolled into the night and woke up more tired than before. That was the sympathetic system hijacking your steering wheel. Calm is the discipline of gently taking that wheel back. Not by force, but by presence, breath after breath, sensation after sensation, reminding your cells that safety is available right now. Deep sleep is not a gift you earn by solving every problem. It is what happens when your body finally believes it is allowed to let go. And belief is physiological, not just intellectual. Practice the slow breath. Feel the bed hold you. Notice the jaw soften, the tongue rest, the shoulders melt into the mattress. You are slowly teaching your nervous system a new baseline. And with repetition, plasticity does the rest. Modern self-development often tries to optimize everything. But Zen invites you to de-optimize the night, to stop fighting to win rest, to rest instead. When you stop arguing with the moment, your brain stops releasing the chemicals of combat, and calm emerges as the natural setting. From a behavioral lens, you are stacking a new habit loop. Cue is nightfall. Routine is mindful breathing and compassionate self-talk. Reward is deep sleep and a clear morning mind. Repeat this loop for weeks. And the calm you practice becomes the calm you are. Imagine you are by a quiet lake. Storms still come. Winds still pass. But the lake staying still. This is calm as mastery, not denial. A clarity that lets you act wisely tomorrow because you chose to rest wisely tonight. Let your mind hear this. You do not need to solve life before you sleep. You need to let the body remember how to sleep so you can meet life with clarity. The Zen way is gentle, embodied, present, practical, and it welcomes your anxiety without letting it drive. So breathe with me once more. In for 4, out for 6. Feel the exhale lengthen as if you were slowly pouring warm tea. Sense how the nervous system listens to every breath like a trusted teacher. Let calm be the teacher tonight. Let deep sleep carry you through. 2. The sacred pause. Where calm begins and chaos ends. There's a moment, so small most of us miss it, between the trigger and the reaction. Between the thought and the belief. Between the tightening and the letting go. Zen calls this the sacred pause. Psychology calls it the space of cognitive choice. And tonight, as you gently prepare for rest, this space might be your doorway to healing. So many of us in modern life move too fast to notice it. You read a message that stings, and your breath shortens. Someone criticizes you, and your shoulders rise. A memory flickers as you close your eyes. And suddenly your whole body tenses as if the past is still happening. But in that split second, before your body tightens, before your emotions surge, before your mind takes off down its familiar loop, there is a pause. A breath, a choice, and inside that space, calm lives. Zen practice is not about suppressing emotion. It's about meeting it with awareness before it takes control. When a thought arises, whether it's anxiety about tomorrow, regret from the past, or some vague unease, you do not need to push it away. Instead, you can simply notice it and name it softly, like a gentle bell in the night, worrying, thinking, remembering. This simple act, what mindfulness teachers call noting, is one of the most profound ways to calm the nervous system. As UCLA neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman discovered, Naming an emotion, putting it into words, can actually reduce amygdala activity, the part of the brain responsible for emotional reactivity. In other words, when you name it, you tame it. Zen master Shunryu Suzuki once said, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. In the sacred pause, we return to that beginner's mind. We stop assuming. We stop spiraling. We stop reacting as if every thought is a truth. Every feeling is a fact. Every discomfort is a crisis. We just pause, and in that pause, we become available to what is, not just what we fear might be." Right now, as you listen, notice your breath again. Maybe it's shallow, maybe it's deep. It doesn't matter. Just notice. That noticing is the pause. Maybe you feel tension in your chest, your neck, your jaw. That's okay too. You're not trying to fix it. You're meeting it without resistance. And that meeting is calm in action. The sacred pause is not dramatic. It's not a retreat to the mountains or an hour of silence. It's this moment, this noticing, this gentle willingness to stay with what's real. And from here, your entire sleep experience begins to shift. When the brain is caught in overthinking at night, it's often because we've skipped this pause all day. We've reacted, performed, pushed forward, and never really returned to ourselves. So tonight, let the bed be your cushion. Let your pillow be your Zen temple. Let this be the moment you reclaim that space between stimulus and response, not as an escape, but as a return. The sacred pause says, "I see the thought, but I do not follow it. I feel the wave, but I do not drown." If a thought arises right now, notice it gently, without judgment. Maybe whisper softly, "It's just a thought, and I am not it." That whisper becomes your mantra. That whisper becomes your doorway. You are not your thoughts. You are the space beneath them. Calm is not the absence of thoughts, it's the presence of awareness. Zen deep sleep music, soft and slow, mirrors this pause. It doesn't push or pull. It holds space for what needs to settle. And when your mind feels held, your body begins to release. Your breath drops. Your heart follows. Your mind, once racing, begins to float. This is not magic. This is the biology of awareness, the science of Zen. So as you drift now, remember, calm is not far away. It's not something you have to earn. It's right here, in the pause you just made, in the breath you just noticed, in the choice to stay, softly, kindly, and without fear. The sacred pause is the beginning of deep sleep. And tonight, you are already in it. Three. letting go of control, the calm that comes when you stop holding on. So much of our suffering, especially at night, comes from the mind's desperate need to control, to plan, to solve, to anticipate. You lie down, hoping for rest, but your thoughts begin organizing tomorrow, reliving yesterday, rehearsing conversations that may never happen. It's exhausting, and yet so familiar. In our culture, we are taught that if we don't stay on top of everything, things will fall apart, that if we let go, we will lose control. But Zen invites a different kind of wisdom, one that whispers. Letting go is not the same as giving up. It is the gateway to peace. In Zen, the goal is not to eliminate difficulty, but to stop clinging to it. It's not about controlling life, but releasing the illusion that you ever truly could. As Zen Master Dogen once said, to study the way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. And in forgetting the self, even just for a few breaths, we begin to see that life continues without our tight grip on the wheel. That deep within us, there is already a rhythm, a wisdom, a quiet knowing, waiting to emerge the moment we stop forcing everything. Neuroscience echoes this. The more we try to control uncontrollable things, like what others think of us, or what might happen tomorrow, the more our sympathetic nervous system activates, releasing cortisol and adrenaline, keeping our minds alert and our bodies tense. But when we shift into surrender, the brain begins to recalibrate. The default mode network, which fuels overthinking and self-narratives, starts to quiet. The body softens, the breath deepens, and deep sleep, which only comes when we feel safe, finally begins to arrive. There's a Zen story that captures this perfectly. A farmer's horse runs away, and his neighbors cry, "Such bad luck." But the farmer replies, "Maybe." Then the horse returns with 3 wild horses. "What good luck," they say. Again, the farmer answers, "Maybe." His son tries to ride one, breaks his leg. "How terrible." They cry, "Maybe." He says once more. Later, the army comes to draft young men for war, but his son is spared. The moral is simple. We don't truly know where any moment will lead. So why grasp so tightly at control? This applies not only to the big things, but the small ones, like tonight, like your breath, like your sleep. You don't need to force calm. You don't need to demand silence from your mind. Instead, you can soften. You can gently let go of the need to be in charge. You can trust the wisdom of your nervous system, your breath, your body. It knows how to rest when you let it, not by pushing, but by releasing. So here, let's try a quiet practice. Place a hand over your heart, or your belly, whichever feels more comforting. Whisper inwardly, "Tonight, I surrender control. I am safe to let go." Feel what shifts. Maybe it's subtle, a loosening in your chest, a warmth in your palm, a single, longer exhale. That's enough. That's the beginning of calm. Zen deep sleep relaxation is not about silencing your thoughts. It's about releasing the pressure to manage them all. And when you let go, your body will do what it's always longed to do. Return to stillness, to rhythm, to peace, in a world that tells you to hold on tighter. Zen gently reminds you, you are held. You can let go. So as you listen to this soft music beneath my voice, as you lie here in the quiet of night, let it be okay that you don't have all the answers. Let it be okay that the future is still unfolding. Let it be okay to simply rest, and to trust that calm is your nature, not your task. You are not failing by resting. You are healing, and as you drift deeper now, remember, letting go is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of the night's most restful sleep. 4. Calm is compassion, softening the heart to sleep deeply again. There's a kind of tiredness that runs deeper than the body. It comes from the weight of self-judgment, of regrets that echo in the dark, of pain we keep hidden because we don't believe we deserve to let it go. For many people, maybe for you, nighttime is when these old feelings return. Just when the world grows quiet, the mind grows loud, you think of what you could have done differently. You replay things you wish you hadn't said. You feel the ache of distance, of grief, of trying so hard to be okay. But tonight, I want to tell you this. Calm doesn't begin with control. It begins with compassion. In Zen, compassion is not a performance. It is not a gesture we offer only to others. It begins inward, in the soft willingness to meet our own suffering without turning away. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "When we suffer, we must know how to take care of our suffering, so we can bring peace to ourselves and others." That means not blaming yourself for feeling broken. It means not rushing to fix what's not ready to be solved. It means placing your hand on your heart and saying, "This too belongs, and I am still worthy of rest." Modern psychology and neuroscience agree. Studies show that when we practice self-compassion, when we speak to ourselves gently, like we would to a child or dear friend, we reduce activity in the threat system of the brain and activate the care system, producing oxytocin, the hormone of emotional safety. That shift doesn't just feel better, it actually calms the entire nervous system. And a calm nervous system is the bedrock of deep sleep. So if tonight your mind starts to wander back into blame, or shame, or self-doubt, pause. Place your attention softly on the chest, where the heart rests. Whisper gently, "May I be calm, may I be kind, may I let go tonight." You don't need to say much. Just one sentence, spoken slowly, like a lullaby, can begin to shift your entire inner climate. This is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming present with tenderness. Think back to a moment this week when you were hard on yourself. Maybe you rushed. Maybe you forgot something. Maybe you snapped at someone. It's okay. Breathe into it now. Offer the version of you in that moment some grace. Imagine saying to them, "You were doing the best you could with what you knew then." And now, breathe out. Let that breath carry the burden you've been holding. In Zen deep sleep practice, we often speak of softening, not solving. And the softening begins with compassion. When the body feels emotionally safe, it stops guarding, stops gripping, stops preparing for another attack that's not coming. The jaw loosens, the hands unclench, the belly rises and falls like a slow tide. This is how the body learns to trust the night again. This is how deep sleep finds its way back to you. So let tonight be simple. No pressure, no need to prove or perform. Just an invitation to be kind to yourself for making it through another day in a world that asks so much. You've carried enough. You don't have to be strong now. You only have to be soft. As the Zen deep sleep music continues beneath this voice, let its gentleness be your permission to feel, to rest, to heal. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming, and the calm you long for is already growing inside you. Breath by breath, moment by moment, compassion by compassion. Tonight, may you find peace not by fixing everything, but by loving yourself enough to stop trying. Calm isn't just quiet, it's care. And that care begins now. 5. Make calm your default. Rebuilding your inner operating system for deep sleep and daily peace. What if calm wasn't just something you reached for when overwhelmed? What if calm was the place you lived from? In a world of constant alerts, breaking news, late-night emails, and pressure to always do more, it's easy to forget that calm is not just a response. It can be a baseline, a way of being. Even in the chaos, Zen doesn't ask us to escape life. It invites us to be fully here, but with less resistance, less reactivity, more clarity, more breath. Zen Master Dogen taught that practice is not separate from daily life. He said, when you walk, just walk. When you sit, just sit. Above all, don't wobble. In other words, calm is not something you perform during meditation. It's something you bring into how you pour tea, how you put on your shoes, how you turn off your phone, how you lay down at night without rushing to fix everything before tomorrow begins. Neuroscience calls this a neural baseline shift. When you repeat calming practices, not only when things go wrong, but daily, deliberately, your brain rewires to treat calm as its default operating system. Your heart rate stays more even. Your cortisol curve flattens. Your vagus nerve strengthens. And you become a little less shaken by the noise of the world. So tonight, let's begin gently. Dim the lights. Let the sound of this Zen deep sleep music wrap around you like a warm night wind. Give yourself permission to stop striving. You don't need to be anywhere else. You don't need to become anyone else. This is the path, right here, right now, in stillness. Let calm become your daily ritual, not just your emergency exit. Create small anchors. A cup of tea before bed. A phone-free hour before sleep. 3 deep breaths when you close your eyes. These are not small things. They are sacred touchpoints in a world that rarely pauses. And remember, calm is a practice, not a personality, not a luxury, but a muscle. And tonight, you're strengthening it. If you're still here, at the end of this video, here is your reward, a gentle reminder that regular practice will help you transform your own life for the better. This isn't just about sleep tonight. It's about living your life tomorrow from a calmer, wiser place. If you'd like to continue this peaceful path, make sure you subscribe to this channel, Buddhism in You, so we can keep walking together every evening. Every step, we're building a gentle space here for healing, for slowing down, for remembering who we are when we're not rushing, and as a gift to carry into your life. Tonight's simple practice for the real world. The pause ritual. Before you react to anything tomorrow, pause. Even just for a breath. Even just to place your hand on your heart. And in that moment, ask yourself, what would calm do right now? You'll be amazed how often calm has the better answer. Let this one small practice slowly change how you move through the world. And if you want longer, uninterrupted peace, where your calm isn't broken every 20 or 30 minutes, we've created special playlists just for you. Inside the playlist tab on our channel, you'll find Zen deep sleep journeys that last 1 to 3 hours or more, gently flowing from one video to the next. No ads, no abrupt endings, just calm, unfolding endlessly, like a quiet stream in the night. Or if you only want a short session, stay with our regular 30-minute videos like this one. There are many ways to care for your peace, and they're all waiting for you, right here, at Buddhism in You. Finally, if this touched you, please share your reflections, thoughts, or even just a few kind words in the comments. Your voice helps this space grow, and we read every note with care and gratitude. See you tomorrow night, here. May your sleep be deep, and your heart light.